Absolutely massive news coming out of World Rugby today. The Springboks have just announced that they have extended Rassie Erasmus's contract till 2031. This is big. This is huge for the Springboks. I saw rumblings online that maybe that Rassie Erasmus was gonna sign somewhere else, and that they was looking at England or something like that. I saw a lot of rumors going around about it, but it's confirmed Rassie Erasmus is staying until 2031. This is absolutely incredible news for Springbok fans and for the Springbok organization. This is massive. This really keeps that core group together, and the key decision maker that's been making all the good decisions in the past years stays for another 6 years. So yeah, you're going to be dealing with Rassie Erasmus for another 6 years international rugby, so be prepared. Now, I don't know what this means for the whole coaching group, whole coaching staff. Doesn't mean that they'll keep Felix on, Coach Sticks on, Don Human on, Jerry Flannery, Tony Brown. If those guys, that whole group can stay together for the whole time, that could be really good for the Springboks. Because I know after this next World Cup, I think some of the key Springbok players are going to start to funnel out. Just some names at the top of my head that are already trying to go out or starting to be funneled out. You get the likes of Bongi and Benambi, eventually like Trevor Nyakane, Frans Maherbe, obviously Stephen Kitsoff with injury, but I think the likes of Eben Etzebeth won't be going on much longer after the World Cup, if even at all. Lodi Jager, let me just think of some names. Sia Khaleesi probably won't make it to the 2031 World Cup. Because those guys will be into their late 30s by then. I'm just thinking of some other names, Franco Morstead, Peter Steph Toy. So it's going to be good for this coaching group, and especially Rassie Erasmus, to be around when the new group and the new crop of players comes through. Some players I can think of, the likes of Cameron Hanekom, Elrich Lowe, Ivan Ruis, Ruan Norkia, Wilco Lowe, Gerard Steenkamp, Jan-Hendrik Wessels, Andre Guvente, some really good players, Mtotoko Mchunu, Pepsi Buthelezi, Vincent Chichuka. You have the likes of Embrace Papir still that can play scrum off. You have Jaden Hendricks, so you have Sanele Nohamba still that's playing in Japan that might want to come back. So there's a lot of good players that can really come in and then after the next World Cup and make a big difference. But it's very good that the likes of Rassie Erasmus is still there to manage that and to manage the players coming in. So that is a huge positive for the Springboks. I mean, myself as a Springbok fan, I was a bit worried if he goes, what would happen. Now, I do think when Rassie Erasmus eventually hangs up the boots for, as the coach or the director of rugby, that I think it would be one of the internal guys, the guys that are already there that will take over, like a Sticks or a Don Human. I really think Coach Sticks could be a good head coach because he's already there on the mix, or the likes of Felix. Just because I think a guy that's there knows the way they want to coach has to be the guy that takes over eventually. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens after Rassie Erasmus, but I don't think it's going to be too much of a difference. I think since this whole coaching group has come in now, they've really changed the culture and the dynamic of the team for the better. The squad now, the players are a lot more selfless. I remember there was a time in 2016 where there was a lot of selfish attitudes going around the team. And obviously it was a mixture of that old group of guys from 2007 and the new guys now. And obviously you could see that there wasn't as much cohesion. But now the way that he's bringing players in, players are fitting in seamlessly. If you think of the likes of Ben Jason Dixon's been coming in, Ulrich Lowe, Ruan Norkia, Monde van der Berg, Kanan Moody, Ethan Hooker, Edward van der Merwe, Damien Willems. So those guys have slotted in really well. So it's going to be very good. It's very, very, very good that he's staying, especially for the Springboks. Another coach I can think of that another country's coach I can think of that they really need to keep is Steve Borthwick. I think him for England, he's a key guy. I was watching the Six Nations documentary, and he's one of those guys that just has a presence about him, just like Rassie Erasmus. So coaches like that you need to keep because they have so much respect from the players, and players really want to put their best performances out for them. So yeah, I think coaches like that you have to keep long term, and this is a massive, massive win for the Springboks. Rassie Erasmus till 2031. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about it, who you think might eventually take over, and what you think about the whole contract extension till 2031. But for me as a Springbok fan, I think it's massive, and I think it's going to be great for the future of Springbok rugby, and it's going to be great because this next period after the 2027 World Cup is going to be a different period for South African rugby. I still think they'll be dominant. I still think they'll win a lot of games, but you're going to see a lot of different faces. And an early prediction for me, I think 2031 World Cup captain, Ruan Norkia. That's an early prediction from me. But y'all guys, thanks so much for watching the video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to help the channel grow. And yeah, we'll see you guys till 2031 at least. Cheers.